Hello dear students, welcome to Vision Pharmacy. In our today's video, we are going to study some MCQs based on health education and community pharmacy. So before we start with our today's video, please do like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon for getting updates on upcoming videos. So let's begin. The first question is, when nerves are involved but there is no blood loss, then it is known as. The options are A. Shock, B. Hemorrhagic shock, option number C. Neurogenic shock, and option number D is anaphylactic shock. So students, what do you think? What is the right answer? The right answer of this question is option number C, that is neurogenic shock. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, dash is the ability of an individual to adjust with society, and the options are A. Physical health, option number B. Mental health, option number C. Social health, and option number D. Spiritual health. So students, physical health, it is normal functioning and growth of all parts of the body. Mental health, it is the ability of an individual to adjust with the surrounding world, okay, such as societies. And social health, it is the ability of individual to adjust with society. And spiritual health, it refers to that part of individual which reaches out and strives for meaning and purpose of life. So students, right answer of this question is option number C, that is social health. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, which of the following is not a lifestyle disease? And the options given are A. Malaria, B. Heart disease, C. Cancer, and D. Diabetes. So students, the correct answer of this question is option number A, that is malaria. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, which of the following are determinants of health? And the options given are A. Heredity, option number B. Lifestyle, option number C. Health service, and option number D. All of the above. So yes students, the right answer of this question is option number D, that is all of the above. Let me also tell you, along with this, environment, then socio-economic condition like that of education, income, occupation, etc. are also determinants of health. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, identify essential amino acid, and the options given are option number A, alanine, option number B is leucine, option number C glycine, and option number D arginine. So students, what do you think? The right answer of this question is option number B, that is leucine. Rest all of them are non-essential amino acid. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, daily requirement of vitamin K is, and the options given are 0.15 to 0.3 mg per kg, option number B 0.03 mg per kg, option number C 0.3 mg per kg, and option number D 0.5 mg per kg. So students, you know that the major form of vitamin K are vitamin K1 and vitamin K2. Vitamin K is necessary for synthesis of clotting factor, right? And the daily requirement of vitamin K is 0.03 mg per kg. Therefore, the right answer of this question is option number B. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, hemoglobin of blood has dash percentage of iron, and the options given are A 20 to 40, option number B 30 to 50, option number C 50 to 70, and option number D 80 to 90. So students, right answer of this question is option number C, that is 50 to 70. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, which of the following feature is false about marasmus? The options given are option number A, a child is very thin, option number B, head is very large from the body, option number C, they are having edema and hair change, and option number D, weight of the child is reduced below 60%. So students, you know that protein energy malnutrition, that is PEM, in children may result into marasmus and Kwashiorkor. The incidence of marasmus is very high as compared to that of Kwashiorkor, and it occurs due to diet containing very low amount of protein as well as calories. Okay, and according to the features, the child is very thin, the head is very large for the body, then there are no edema and hair change, and weight of the child is reduced below 60%. So students, the false statement is option number C, that is here it has been mentioned that edema and hair change exist, whereas actually it do not exist. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, which of the following is known as male sterilization? And the options given are vasectomy, option number B, tubectomy, option number C is laparoscopy, and option number D, none of the above. So students, right answer of this question is option number A, that is vasectomy. Okay, so in vasectomy, in this method what happens is a piece of vas differences of about 1 centimeter length is removed. After clamping, the end are ligated and then folded back on themselves and sutured. Okay, now the cut ends face away from each other. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, irregular wounds associated with tissue damage is. The options given are option number A, abrasions, option number B, incised wound, option number C, lacerated wounds, and option number D, that is puncture wounds. So students, let us understand the difference between this type of wound. The first one, that is abrasions, it is because of rubbing or scraping. Then the next one is incised wound. So this wound are sharp cut that tends to bleed. Okay, then the next one is lacerated wounds. So these are irregular wounds associated with tissue damage, and the last one is puncture wound. So this is caused by a dagger or knife, and they are the deep wounds. Okay, so the right answer of this question is option number C, that is lacerated wounds. Moving to the next question. The question is, water is polluted by, and the options are A, dissolved gases like H2S, NH3, etc. Option number B, dissolved minerals like sodium, calcium salts. Option number C, suspended part impurities like sand and clay. And option number D, all of the above. So students, this is a very simple question, and yes, the right answer of this question is option number D, that is all of the above. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, Water Prevention and Control Pollution Act was passed in. Okay, and the options are A 1940, option number B 1948, option number C 1964, and option number D 1974. So students, this act was basically enacted from 1974. Okay, so moving to next question. The question is, chemicals are used for disinfecting water are, and the options given are alum 13 to 50 mg per liter. Option number B is copper sulfate 0.1 to 0.25 parts per million. Option number C, calcium oxide 80 mg per liter, and option number D, all of the above. So students, right answer of this question is option number D, that is all of the above. Let me also tell you, other than these three, chlorine in the 0.5 parts per million as bleaching powder, then bromine 3.6 mg per liter, iodine 2 parts per million, and potassium permanganate 5 parts per million can be used as chemical for disinfecting of water. Okay, moving to the next question. The question is, which of the following disease is not transmitted by housefly? And the options given are A, cholera, B, Kala Azar, C, typhoid, and D, diarrhea. So students, right answer of this question is option number B, that is Kala Azar. Okay, so Kala Azar is transmitted by sandfly, rest all of them are transmitted by housefly. Okay, moving to question number 15. The question is, false statement about fungi is are, and the statements given are A, largest group of, Thallophyta. Option number B, contains chlorophyll. Option number C, they are unicellular microorganism. Option number D, they are multicellular microorganism. So yes students, if you are thinking option number C or option number D, then you are definitely wrong. The right answer of this question is option number C, that is contains chlorophyll. Basically it does not contain chlorophyll, therefore they cannot manufacture their own food and hence they are parasites for getting their food. Okay, so the false statement about fungi is they contain chlorophyll. Moving to the next question. The question is, which of the following is not a respiratory disease? And the options given are A. Chickenpox, B. Diphtheria, C. Tuberculosis, and D. Hepatitis. So students, the right answer of this question is, read the question carefully, which of the following is not a respiratory disease? So right answer is option number D, that is hepatitis. Okay, it is an intestinal infection. Rest of them are respiratory disease. Okay, moving to the next question. Question number 17. The question is, disease transmitted through articles like cloth is known as, and the options given are A. Vehicle borne, B. Vector borne, C. Fomite borne, and D. Finger borne. So student, let us understand this first. The first one, vehicle borne, that is this kind of transmission through water and fluid. Okay, then which are being contaminated by causative agents. Then vector borne, that is they are transmitted. Here transmission occurs through insects like that of flies, mosquito, and they are called as vectors. Then the next one option mentioned is fomite borne. So this kind of transmission occur through articles like clothes, towel, books, etc. And the last one, that is the finger borne, that is this kind of transmission occurs due to contaminated hands and fingers. Okay, so the right answer of this question is option number C, that is fumite borne. Moving to question number 18. The question is, AIDS is transmitted by, and the options given are contaminated blood transfusion, option number B, contaminated needles and syringes, option number C, that is maternal through placenta, and option number D, all of the above. So students, right answer of this question is option number D, that is all of the above. Okay, moving to question number 19. The question is, the options given are option number A, direct contact, option number B, droplet infection, option number C, contact with soil, and option number D, all of the above. So students, right answer of this question is option number D, that is all of the above. Okay, direct contact example is it may spread from skin to skin or skin to mucus of different person. Droplet inspection, that is spread by droplet of saliva or secretions while coughing, sneezing, or talking. Then contact with soil, example is infections like that of tetanus. Okay, so also known as tetanus. Then other than this, the some more transplacental transmission for diseases like that of AIDS. Okay, so these are various direct transmission of infection. Okay, whereas indirect transmission involves use of vehicle borne, then vector borne, then fomite borne, finger borne, etc. Moving to the last question of the presentation. The question is, vaccine containing living virus is. The options for this question are option number A, cholera, option number B, BCG vaccine, option number C, diphtheria, and option number D, smallpox. So students, let me tell you, cholera, it consists of a dead bacteria. Then BCG vaccine, it consists of living bacteria. Then the next one is diphtheria, so it consists of toxoids. And smallpox, it consists of living viruses. So the right answer of this question is option number D, that is smallpox. So thank you students for watching this video till end. Soon we'll be meeting with a new video on some other topic. Thank you.